Hi, everybody. Lynn Cox here, clinical hypnotherapist. Hope you're all doing well. Want to hop right into it. Sorry, I've been a little bit quiet. I've been away on a retreat in California, learning more about another method of hypnotherapy that will prove to be very helpful with working with clients. Anyway, what I want to talk about today is one of the ways that people can get stumped in experiencing recovery and healing. And this applies both in cases of, women who have managed to escape domestic violence, those relationships, as well as people who have experienced childhood abuse of all sorts. One thing that people really struggle with, I see this and hear it often, is the the obsession would perhaps be too strong of a word, but the focus on asking themselves questions like, how could they have done this to me? Trying to somehow understand or gain understanding on how could somebody who was supposed to care about me. So in the case of a child, whether it be a parent or a family member or someone close who may have abused them in some way, or in the case of an intimate relationship where the men, because I'm talking about men and women here, and women who have come out of domestic violence situations, or in that case, how could he have hurt me like that? He was supposed to be somebody who cared for me. How could he act like he cared for me in one way and then another day be violent to me? And then the same with children. Two different types of things can happen here in terms of beliefs that are formed. With the case of children, and I've talked about this before, kids are very self involved, but it's a survival mechanism because they do the way they relate to their to other humans in their lives and to their external environment is very self focused. And they believe that they are the cause for much of what happens. So in the case of a child being abused, and particularly at younger and younger ages, they'll often adopt a belief that there's something wrong with me. I'm the cause of this because it's too crushing to the psyche and the survival of a child to surmise that those people that they're reliant on for their survival can't be trusted or are somehow incapable or unsafe. It's too far a bridge to cross for a young person's mind with the way that they develop to make that connection. And then so therefore they internalize it. And this is where and this is also one of the large reasons why people who end up in abusive relationships as adults also experienced abuse as a child, because these beliefs can be formed at such a young age. But this preoccupation with how could they, why did they, I don't understand, or even taking it a step farther, in order for me to feel better, I need to have some kind of an explanation or recognition or apology. And people can get hung up on this for quite some time, and it's very detracting and distracting from working on moving through and past experiences like that. One of the things that relying on the response of another person, what that does immediately is it disintegrates the amount of agency, power, and control that one has over their healing process. So it's a very disempowering way to perceive an experience. If if you're an adult who's had those experiences as a child or had those experiences as an adult, if you're looking for an explanation, recognition, an apology, or some kind of understanding of what caused this person to, do these things to you, you're really you're really you're really stunting and arresting your potential for growth, for development, for healing, for more happiness, for feeling more agency over your life, and for really kind of moving on. Because the fact of the matter is, you'll never know. Um, and add on to that, you'll never know, because if you would never do those things to another human being, the positive aspect of that is, would you want to ever know? It's if you take something to an extreme case, you know, um, mass murderers, for example, you could never understand the psyche of somebody who would commit, pardon me, commit serious atrocities, nor would you want to. Um, it, Everything in terms of healing and development needs to be focused on the self. If it's going to be sustaining and if it's going to be significant and transformational. So, but people do get caught up on this, and it's an understandable it's an understandable sorrow and sadness and anger and, feeling of things, maybe life not being just at times or people not being just. But but getting over that hump and getting over that expectation or that want or desire is kind of the log that needs to be kicked for the river to flow, for people to really be able to take agency over their life and their perspective and their healing process, and how they want to make sense of that experience. Human beings, we all do need to make sense and make meaning of experiences, and those people who end up doing the best, and I mean the best in terms of how they feel in themselves and um, how much they've been able to kind of overcome in terms of past awful experiences, and then being able to kind of clear that from themselves, and have productive lives where their lives are happier and healthier, and where they really do start to have a sense of agency over their direction, over their thoughts, over their actions. Those ones are ones who are able to kind of make meaning of what happened, or be able to look at the flip side of the situation, and then answer that question. What was the gift in this? What's the silver lining? So it's kind of two things: being able to being able to move past expecting anything, any explanation, apology, even an outcome, when people do go the route of, criminally charging people, or um, you know, uh, going through like legal processes. Being able to release and let go of any expectation of explanation, apology, justice, so to speak. And then also being able to look at the gift in something, because there always is. I'm going to talk more about that concept because it's so enormously powerful when people start to um, overcome horrific traumatic things. And it's totally possible. I've seen it, I've experienced it. Um, it's better insurance for a better outcome for your healing process. So I hope everyone's having a great day. And that's all for now. Bye.